Hello everyone, Allie here, and welcome to the Gold Mine. Thank you so much for joining me here on another episode at Allie's Treasure Trove. Today, we do have a bonus Alley chat. So, just like last year with that Padme chat, this year, we have Qi'ra chat, Qi'ra chat, I'm tired. I'm cute though, my little headband. I love these things. These things are great. But yes, it is Wednesday morning. I was going to actually go home, take a shower, eat dinner, then come back on Tuesday night. And then I was like, yeah, but if I come back, I'll probably just be here till like 6 a.m. So why not just wake up at like 6 and then come in and do it? So I got up at 7 instead because... So right now it's actually 8:30, so I'm getting started a little bit late. So, of course, Wednesday morning, I have 5 cases of Marvel Annual to open up later, but I want to get this done. I will admit, I'm a little bit stressed out because if you guys watched that special this past Friday, fingers crossed that everything went well. I have all of the video files ready to go for our top 10 countdown, which there were some cards that I forgot that we actually pulled over this past year. But also, we did have that cameo from Emily Swallow. But it's not done yet. So I think today is the, final day of the range, the date range that it could be done by. So hopefully that gets taken care of this afternoon. So I was really hoping that it would be done because, yeah, obviously I can talk around it, but what if it... Not that it's not going to get done. I'm not worried about that at this point. I'm just I'd like to be able to address what it was actually about. I know Bossman wrote out because it wanted a script. The Bossman wrote the script, something like, shout out to Allie and the Titan Cards family for 2 years on YouTube. Something along those lines. Bossman told me what he wrote. I was like, yeah, that sounds good. And I told him, he's like, you want to you? Or like, well, I was like, say Allie and the Titan Cards family because we're family, yes. And he's like, yeah, that's a good idea. So that's what that is. And then something about, don't forget about Titan Cards for all of your sports and non-sports box breaks. This is the way. Like, that's the goal for what it's supposed to be like. But like I said, it's not done yet. So it's like, not that I'm putting any blame on Emily at all. Like, obviously, it's cool that she does stuff like this, and Cameo is, like, cool. But we also kind of got started on this a bit late. Oh. I still believe. I'm probably going to record something that could be jump cuttable just in case it doesn't get done, but I also want to connect it because if you guys saw yesterday, assuming everything worked out, we had that little bonus Lego build of the Mandalorian Forge set, the Armorer's Forge set. And I was like, this is a great time to do it because then people on the main channel will be like, oh, I forgot Allie has a personal channel. Oh, look, we saw Emily Swallow in this video. Oh, look, she's opening Emily Swallow Lego. As a little, follow-up. Because last year I had something special to unbox for the special. This year I don't. I mean, I'll be opening up a Qi'ra cosplay. If you guys can see back here, we had 1 box of Wrestling Undisputed show up. The boss man's like, yellow, just open it. Because for some reason, I don't know why. See, that's the thing. It's one thing this year, I know I mentioned I'm trying to stay more positive. Because for me, I'm good at stressing myself out into getting stuff done. I call it stress productivity. That is how I survived high school. That is how I went through college. But the thing is, it's I can do stuff here. But YouTube's a different beast. Just because you put a lot of effort into something doesn't mean it's going to work out, There's been a lot of videos where I'm like, man, really? No one watched that? So it's just one of those things where it's you never know what's going to take off. Like the Yu-Gi-Oh! Legendary Duelist Season 1 blaster box on the main channel. That's very dingy quality video, horrible lighting. 39,000 views or something. Same thing with the 1 box of Undisputed. So Bossman's like, yeah, just open Undisputed again. I'm like, yeah, sure. I wish we had more. Because people have been asking about it, but... Qi'ra opens Undisputed Wrestling. Why not? Also, actually, it's hilarious. It's perfect timing, I feel like, for this cosplay. This cosplay is what I was going to wear for Masterwork, but the Masterwork never came out in year 2 of the Titan Cards channel. So I was like, you know what? Let me just give you guys Qi'ra for the special, because you guys were supposed to have it in year 2 anyways, and I'll just get y'all more excited for Masterwork. If it's possible to get even more excited for Masterwork, I don't know how you can get more excited. I'm like, Masterwork, man. But if y'all can get even more hyped, hopefully the cosplay will do it. You know, I didn't check my eyebrows. I did my eyebrows before I left the house, but sometimes you see things with the ring light lighting. I think they look okay. I can always do it again. They have sleeves. I don't know what to do with these sleeves. We'll see. I'll try not to make a mess on the sleeves. But this costume's really cute. It fits really well. The only thing that doesn't fit 100% is like the belt. That might just be me not knowing how to put it on right, because I had to look up images. I was like, Qi'ra has a belt? But it's okay, because you guys don't see down here anyways, so I'll just... Anyways, you guys want to see the full cosplay? It's cute. It actually fits pretty well. This was pre-made. It was just size small, and I was like, yeah, sure. I would wear like a little bit of shapewear, I suppose, when I open Masterwork, because I'll be getting up and down just to make it look a little bit more flat. I have a normal human body shape, but you know, it don't look perfect. But yeah, so I hope I don't get like foundation or anything all over my sleeves. But anyway, what was I talking about? I said for Masterwork, shapewear, normal body shape. But yeah, it was pre-made, so I was like, oh, hopefully it fits. And it does. I've had this, like I said, sitting around for a while. I was expecting Masterwork to come out in like November. That didn't happen. But I hate being congested. Being congested is super lame. Very lame, very lame. Do not recommend. If you guys have the opportunity to not be congested, I would recommend taking that route. But alright. I had to also look up. Oh, I know exactly. Oh, it's super relevant because anyway, so I went to Emerald City yesterday morning just because, you know, when I have a little bit extra time on Tuesdays, I like to just go look at Emerald City. You never know what you're gonna find. And I just walked in and I was looking at comics, and I have like a lot of older Star Wars comics, and by older I mean like, you know, like 3-4 years ago, not like actual older like Dark Horse or anything like that. But I just walked around, and I remember when I woke up, I saw on Facebook, like, all these infinite rumors. Oh, Amelia Clark's getting her own Disney Plus TV show. Qi'ra returns to Disney Plus, blah, blah, blah. And it's, you know, the general, like, oh, this is fake news, blah, blah. And then I go, and it's like, I walk past, and there is a new comic with Qi'ra on it. And I was like, Qi'ra's back. And yeah, apparently she's in the Bounty Hunter, the War of the Bounty Hunter series. So I, of course, picked up that whole line, Volume 3. I was flipping through. She's literally fighting Vader herself. I'm like, girl, good. This is good. This is good content. So I need to sit down and read that. But I was like, yes. All right, I need to... This is... You think having the headband would be enough? Headband was not enough. We're clipping that back. I was tired of it. The headband, you know... I guess also that people don't have normally that long hair. Definitely, I know my hair is too long for Qi'ra, but the goal is whenever Masterwork comes out, I'm gonna get a haircut, so that way it's actually kind of Qi'ra-like, because, yeah, I like it, but I'm also like, yeah, it's kind of a lot. Anyways, though, we need to get started here. Hair, please. Why am I so congested? Give me a moment. Qi'ra Chat's off to a great start. We need more coffee. Anyways. So I'm just used to staying up super late. I'm not used to really getting up early. It was weird being out and about this morning. And I was like, there's a lot of traffic. I forgot normal people get up and do things at like 7:30 in the morning. Very unfortunate for people who have normal schedules. People probably say that about me. Like, Allie, that sucks. Why are you going home at like 2 a.m. on an early day? Like, I don't know. You know, that's the thing though. Like, I've been saying in like last week's ALLYCHAT and such. Honestly, when I recorded that, it was like over a week ago at this point, I think. So, like, I don't remember what I talked about all that much. But I never said I want to work on life balance and stuff and not being exhausted all the time. And honestly, I think part of that is working towards getting on like a better schedule. So I'm trying to just kind of get up earlier than normal in general to kind of just get myself back to... I don't necessarily want the same schedule like when I was in university. As, you know, it was all the way up... I went to USF Tampa, and I would drive because I'm not moving 35 minutes away. But, you know, 35 minutes, like, in general. Not 35 minutes when you have a 9:30 a.m. class and you gotta beat rush hour. So I'm not gonna be, like, getting up at, like, 6 o'clock every day. But if I could get back, you know, I've been pushing it back, like, trying to get up, like, closer to 9. Because, you know, the shop, I've just always came in, like, around you know, between the 11 to 12:30 range because the shop would open at noon. So that's the time I'm used to getting started. You know, UPS delivery doesn't come always like super early, so for me it was always just kind of like, well, you know, I get started a bit later. Now, past few months, since I've had to start taking the mail, you know, the post office pickup by my house, not pickup, but like they do it a few times a day, but the first time they pick up the mail slots for like regular envelopes is 11. So I was like trying to get there before 11, so that way people's stuff gets like in the system as fast as possible. Because I could, in theory, drop everything overnight, like on the way home, but you know, they don't want you to put the padded envelopes in the drop slot, which is what I learned. Bossman would put the padded envelopes in the drop slot, and I'm like, yo, Bossman, is this post office by the shop trash, or are they just not scanning it because you're putting it with the regular mail and they don't fish it out until it gets to Ybor? And I feel like it's a mix of both, because the actual post office here by the shop is garbage. I like the one by my house a lot better. They do scan in stuff. We very rarely had the issue where it doesn't scan until it hits Ybor, like we used to. The Ybor distribution center up in Tampa, Ybor City. So, hey, whatever I'm doing is working out better. I've had, you know, the usual mix of people on TCG Players saying, I didn't get my package and stuff, but, you know, that's just in general. It's cool. Some people actually, you know, we give refunds and then they're like a week later, they'll be like, hey, it actually showed up today. Can you undo the refund? And then that's cool when people are honest about it. Sometimes we'll have people say I didn't get it, and then like 2 months later, it'll show back up at the shop. Just get like returned. And then sometimes I bet you people just make stuff up and say I didn't get it just to get a refund. Meanwhile, they're like holding it, so. I remember I didn't actually get a package once, and I was just like, well, it's not their fault. So I didn't even message the people. I was like, hopefully it'll show up one day. You know, you're like, I don't want to be one of those people. But, like, also the same thing is, like, it's true, but see, because the thing is, that one had tracking. It eventually showed up. It had tracking on it. It was like a $70 JoJo promo from Wise. And it was showing as delivered. And I'm like, I don't want to message the people being like, hey, honestly, do you guys know where this is? Because I didn't get it. And they're going to be like, you're a scam artist. It shows delivered. Stop scamming. We're like, no, I didn't get it. So I just didn't message them. I was like, as a store, if someone messaged us being like, hey, I know it says delivered, but I didn't get it. And like, they didn't wait like a little bit to see. Because sometimes the post office will just scan stuff. You know, I brought out 2 brushes to not just use one brush. And then I just used one brush. But you know what, it worked out. I like... Especially when I'm using tones that are kind of similar, I do devolve back into Alley Caveman that just uses one brush for everything. Just because it just... Natural blending. You don't need to have a blending brush to put your colors together if you just use one brush in the first place. But yeah, I looked it up. I was like, what does Qi'ra's makeup look like from this part of the movie? Nothing dramatic. So I'm using like almost the same colors I used the other week. It's a couple weeks ago at this point, but... Last year for the Leia. But yeah, I got plans today, so that's why I was like, I don't want to come in super late. You know, nothing takes the time that I expect it to take. Because I also wanted to finish all the stream mail. Because, like, I know I'm not going to have time for anything else post-Marvel Annual. So, may as well just do all the mail, finish everything, get everybody's stuff shipped out. So that way I don't have to, you know, do anything super crazy. Are you gonna have a full schedule today? Interesting. Yeah, but I mean, when I look at it, it's actually not that bad for what I have to record. I just really don't know how long the different bits and pieces for the special are going to take, but the thing is, it's not like a lot, actually, of me doing stuff in that video. The majority of the video is just other stuff, so I'm like, just like, yeah, Yeah, I gotta pick up the pace here a little bit, but it's not that bad. The thing that's gonna take the longest is the Lego video. But I gotta go to the post office. So I gotta do that, and then, of course, come back. And then the idea is I want to take a nap before Marvel Annual comes in, but we'll see. But there's also, like, 15,000 new eBay orders. We've sold so much stuff on eBay over the past month. Like, yes, we've blown out a lot of stuff on auctions just to make space. Like, if you guys checked out the video, I always, like, if you guys saw it, because I'm worried about, like, spoiling stuff. But, like, this video's been out for, like, 2 days at this point. If you guys missed it and you guys get spoiled, that's on you, I suppose. I know that sounds rude, because I'm a person that hates spoilers. But anyways. So, a lot of hits from the top 10 of this year came from Marvel Black Diamond. Two ended up making it into the top 10 countdown. 2 were tied for 10th place until they got booted out by, I was like, I know I'm forgetting something. It was the Black Ewan McGregor from Signature Series that I keep forgetting that exists, but I'll occasionally remember and be like, oh, I can't forget that for a countdown, and then almost forgot it on the countdown. It was 2 cards at $1,250. Was a Gemography Elizabeth Olsen autograph of Scarlet Witch number 25, and then the 6 gem relic of Black Widow also sold for the same price on release day. So then there was that Chris Hemsworth inscription autograph to 65 that sold for $3,000. The Tom Holland as Spider-Man, no inscription, nothing crazy going on there, just a regular autograph number 15 was $2,150. And then another card that could make it, the top 10 was hard because there's a lot of cards that were expensive, but the thing is, I wanted to select stuff that I was a bit more confident in the market, so. Like the Harrison Fords out of Stellar, they didn't make in the countdown, even though we do have our purple listed on eBay for like, what, 4,000 or something? You know, the Hayden Christensen 101 that we have up, I think like 3. I didn't put that in the countdown, so like technically they would make it, but the thing is, those prices are fluctuating. I want to put stuff that I'm more confident in would sell readily, or did sell at those prices. So, there's some stuff, and I'll ask people's, like, because I'll be recording this in a little bit. What are your guys' thoughts on stuff that wasn't included? Put examples of that. Last year I did the honorable mention with the Han Solo silver frame, because I didn't feel like I could price it accurately. From last year's Masterwork, because, Masterwork was out prior to the countdown last year. And I forgot to put on my eye primer before I put my foundation on my hand, so. These ALLYCHATs have been, these 2022 ALLYCHATs have been a little mixing it up. But this year I'm going to do a flashback to last year, something that didn't make the countdown, that just went nuts. And that was the 1/1 Ewan McGregor, which we originally had up, I think, only on eBay for like $2,000. And then Bossman did the thing where like he gets frustrated with people asking for discounts on eBay and just deletes the card. So we just had it sit in a box for like 6 months, and then we relisted it at $4,000 and it sold for $3,500. So that didn't even make the countdown at all last year. So it's going to be like a flashback, like what has been adjusted in the market over the past year. And that is something. So I'm curious for next year, at the end of year 3, what are going to be hits from year 2 that we're like, oh, that's cool, but like nothing crazy. Because that's the thing is, a lot of cards, not necessarily, well, even non-sports, it depends, like Hayden Christensen stuff, we have up our 2 101s. We had an orange 101 from last year, then we had the red 101 from this year. Yeah, Hayden stuff is still weak right now, but, the Obi-Wan show is going to come out, Ewan McGregor stuff is going to go even further into the sky, Hayden Christensen stuff. If the rumors are true and like Emilia Clarke gets her own show based on those comics, like I said, she fights Vader in issue number 3. Like she's throwing down because don't forget, Qi'ra was trained by Maul. She knows how to handle. She knows how to be around lightsabers. She knows what she's doing. She's good. It's like, yes, girl, queen, slay. But, so maybe she'll pop up. Maybe it'll be like live action Qi'ra versus Vader flashback. Like, it could be crazy stuff coming up. I don't know what Filoni has in the pipeline. So you never know. It could be like, oh, snap. Can't believe this card spiked super hard. So it does happen. I mean, mainly when you think it happens for sports. Like, we had sold. Initially, it seemed like we had undersold once the list came out. You know, from Select Football, we had the XRC Silver Prism Redemption end up being for Justin Fields. And then, you know, football season goes along and people are like, yo, Mac Jones is where it's at. No one else really matters right now. But you never know. Like, Trevor Lawrence they just decimated the Colts. I mean, the Colts lost. They got kicked out of the playoffs because they lost to the Jags. You never know what's going to happen. I mean, who knows? Maybe people will be back on the Trevor Lawrence train and, like, other rookie quarterbacks in this year. And, like, at the end of next year, it's like, who knows what that card's going to be. But, like, we sold it for $1,000. And then it went up. And then now it's probably less than $1,000. So it's... The top 10 countdown moves a lot. Because, of course, when I go back for cards that aren't ours, I try to market check based off when I'm looking. Because you can't see eBay sold. Which was something I was worried about, because I was like, you know, I don't remember the exact prices on these Black Diamond cards. Like, I also, the Crosby PMG from Skybox Metal, I had it in my head that it sold for $2,000. It sold for $2,500. But there was a way in the eBay backend to export every single sale from the past year, and then I just put it into a table and I sorted it from high to low, and I was like, whoa. So... But, like, I looked up the Sabrina Ionescu, and I had Boss Man help me out with some prices. Had the Lando Norris Orange, number to 25. When we pulled it, it was about $800. There's none on eBay of that Lando Norris number, what is it, number 6 and number 8, whatever the true rookie is, from Formula 1 Chrome. One out of Chrome Sapphire, and Chrome Sapphire sells for less. I like it, it's cooler, but it's not the regular one. Chrome Sapphire sells less. A PSA 8 sold for $2,550, I think. So Bossman estimated in the $3 to $3,500 range. It's like PSA 8. You guys know me. I'm a purist. If it's not a 10, it's trash. It's 10 or raw. There's no in between. You can either collect 10s or you just have raw cards. Don't come at me with those 9s and 9.5s. I don't want it. Gross. No, I'm just... It's just rollover from me oppressing myself with grades. It's not 100%. I'm a failure. So that's how I just project it now onto graded cards. But I've been dealing with a lot of acne recently. I know it's carryover from when I destroyed my diet around the holidays. And it's coming back to bite me in the butt. You know, when I'm picking out, I'm like, yeah, it's gonna be fine. I could probably cover that up with powder, whatever. I don't want to spend too much time on this. But, you know, and then it's like a week later, I'm like, aha! So that's why I shouldn't have that much sugar in one day. But that's something I'm trying to work on this year. Just better accountability for myself. You know, because I've been actually very happy. Like, looking through some of these. Like, actually, this time last year, I'm like, what did I do? What did I do? How many Christmas cookies did I eat last year? Which I don't look bad, but, like, compared to how it, you know, the way, especially for me, the most notable change is if you look... Is I've been letting, of course, you know, because with the holidays, you know, we get the Christmas ads. Christmas ads, they pay more. So I just, of course, on the Trove, I try to keep up with everything. I just let the videos from the main channel run. And, like, I was watching, actually, the other day, I was letting it run. I was looking, you know, the day I opened up the Pokemon cereal. And the 83 Fleer box. And I'm like, oh my goodness, look how round my face was. Not that that was a problem, but, you know, for me, seeing, like, looking in the mirror, picking this up, and then looking at the screen, I'm like, oh my goodness, I look so different. It's just been such a gradual change that I haven't noticed. And it really wasn't that much of a difference on the scale, because recently, you know, recently I've been doing so good. I'm back up to 165. But it probably was just like a maybe max 5-pound difference between those, you know, that day that I recorded last February. And, you know, I'm very happy with the progress I've made, and I'd like to continue on that trend. One thing is I want to get like a little tiny, some weights. Just my arms are kind of flabby. I remember I was trying to take Instagram pictures and stuff for the Leia cosplay. And I remember I took some poses standing up, and I was like, man, I wanted to use these for Patreon for the monthly photo, and I'm just like, I hate my arms. I hate my arms. My arms are too just right here. It's just, I have muscle up top. I want muscle underneath so it doesn't just kind of hang weird. But so that is something I want to, just tone up my arms, especially this year. I mean, I've got some muscle on me from doing this constantly, but I am covered in powder. I want this to go away. It doesn't look that bad though on camera. At least I don't think so. I don't have my glasses on, so I think it's okay. I feel like anytime it's like something big comes up, I'm like, man, feeling good about my figure, my costumes are fitting better. What can go wrong? Massive breakout. Which, it is whatever. I remember, I went like this in a pose for the my birthday mail special because I just had like super big acne, so I covered it up in the Instagram photo with my finger. Yeah, I kind of did it. It was like the same area. And I went like this in the photo. That way you guys couldn't see it because I didn't like it. It's the lighting, sometimes it makes, like, even stuff will be covered up, but then when I take selfies, you can see the shape. Even though everything's kind of blurred out, it emphasizes that there's a bump. And I feel like it looks worse in photos than it does when I look in the mirror. So I get kind of like, oh, it makes me self-conscious. So, hacks, life hacks. But then also sometimes I feel like my makeup doesn't look very good, and then just when I take selfies for Instagram, it looks very just because of the ring light. So the ring light is a curse and a blessing, depending on, I guess, whatever my skin texture is like that day. So I just want to work on just improving my health, being healthier, which will in turn help me have better skin. I got a microfiber towel so I can properly dry my hair. My hair in 2022 has been good so far, so that is something I'm happy with. I was like, oh my goodness, did I ever unmute? I just had a little mini panic. I did. We've been unmuted. Having the buttons right there, and I consciously have to press them, helps. Not accidentally muting myself. I like it. I haven't changed the symbols. It's just like the little default Elgato Stream Deck symbols. It's like little robots. It's cute. It just says mute and unmute, the two buttons. That's what I labeled them. I think I have them as like plus and minus on the number pad, because it did need me to still hotkey it to the keyboard. So I took it off the C and the Z, or the X and the Z. C and X, that's what it was. Z is unsnap. And I was like, what are the keys over there? So, haven't had any mute accidents. Hopefully those won't happen at all. It's happened a few times. Considering how many uploads I've had, it really isn't that bad. There's only 2 videos that got botched because of accidental muting, which out of like 2,000, it's like not bad. That's what, 0.1%, right? But still, it's enough that it's like, whee! So when it happened with the Stitch minis here, I was like, we gotta get rid of this. We gotta get rid of this. Like, I had the Stream Deck plugged in for a while, and I was like, I don't understand how to put the buttons on. And then I figured it out, because the thing is you hotkey it, still on the keyboard, and then you put it on the Stream Deck. Unless I'm still doing it wrong. That's the solution I found for a reason I couldn't get it to just work, is because you have to have it to a button, and then you sync the button to the Stream Deck. So, we'll see, though. I mean, it works. Even if there is a way to just have it only on that button, this works. I'm not hitting plus and minus very often. I don't hit those keys ever. It's only within the past year that I actually started using the number pad for numbers. Otherwise, I would just use the top of the keyboard, because that's what I've done my whole life. But anyways, what I want to talk about here in the special, I want to say thanks, Emily Swallow, for the cameo. I want to say, oh my goodness, I can't believe it's been 2 years. I want to mention the year 2 decks, commemorative year 2 decks. impressively this year, 6 out of the top 10 pulls of the year were for people in personal breaks. So that's really good. So I'm actually happy with that. Yeah, debatably 7, because number one is the Natalie Portmans. Which one was in the draft? No, one was for the shop, one was in the draft. Not obviously I keeping mine. Ours hasn't sold yet, even though there was an auction that went for higher than we had ours listed. But I'm putting her number 1. Because I'm biased. But yeah, so that was really good. Like 6 out of the 10, debatably 7, 6.5 out of 10. 6 out of 9 if you exclude it. Just if you're like, does that really count because it didn't sell? But yeah, so I wanted to pick stuff that sold. So we had cards that sold for us, the estimates on the Norris based off of the Atomic, Sapphire. And then 8s. Who's buying PSA 8s of, like, modern cards? Like, you want PSA 8? That's a high grade for something from the 60s. PSA 8 from, like, something nowadays? Like, it's like, what? You submit Pokemon in bulk? Why are you buying 8s? That is just super weird to me. The Ionescu, which there's a mojo from this year's WNBA Prism. There's no rookie autos up. There's, like, silver autos up at, like, between, like, 500 and the thousands. So Bossman's like, mojo out of 25, rookie... 1,500. Alright, as I think what it got estimated at. There's a lot of really cool cards. It was cool checking that stuff out. It was also interesting. Going back and watching my reactions, that was a lot of fun. I also want to touch on the fact that I was watching, I was like, man, I look just stressed out, because I was. But it looks like I wasn't even excited for the Portmans as well. For my excuse, the first one, I was just worried about the case, because our original cost on Stellar was like $8.6, so I was like, oh my god, Bossman's gonna hate me if I pick the wrong case, and this one sucks, and we just lost like $5,000, you know? So I was just stressed out, because I was like, okay, base, what else are we gonna find here? And then the other one, I was also just stressed out, because then, the case for the shop was good. If the case for the draft is bad, people are gonna be like, oh, you know, anytime we have a good case, it's like, oh, you got fed that from Topps Direct. Anytime it's a bad case. You guys knew that one was bad and you sold it to your customers that opened the good stuff for you. So I was just like, ooh. Then also me getting random the first pick. I'm like, people are going to say it's fake. Guess what? People said it was fake. I'm like, I know it wasn't. And the people that are closest to me, that I respect their opinions, know that it wasn't. But still. Whatever. Controversy. But this looks cute. This does look cute. Let me put on... Nah, I keep nursing this coffee. I'll put on lip gloss afterwards. Let me flip the sleeves down so that way I don't forget. Let's see. Do I have any more powder? I have some powder in my lap. I just have Qi'ra Bear cosplay. Let's take this off. Oh, I have a clip. I was like, what is wrong with my hair? Is this still the clip on it? But my hair has been on point. I think 2022 is going to be the year, like, Allie finally learns how to deal with curly hair. Which is just lots of moisture products. But, let's see. Move the fan this way. But yeah, so it's shortly after 9 a.m. Gonna take some thumbnails. Do I want to build in if Emily Swallow doesn't do it? I think I just need to YOLO it, because otherwise then my connection to the Mandalorian Forge set unboxing for the Trove makes no sense. I mean, there's no way she doesn't do it, right? There's no way she doesn't do it. At the latest, via, like, Cameo rules, it could come back tomorrow, I think, so. We'll see. I believe. And I can always just pin a comment saying that it didn't finish in time, or I just don't get to premiere it, and it just goes up kind of late on Friday? I don't know. But I might just kind of do, like, or something, I don't know, so that I could cut. I don't know. But I'm excited to see what goes on with Star Wars, excited to check out those comics, excited to see, I know people are wondering, because it's the Bounty Hunter comic series, like, oh, does this mean Qi'ra's going to show up in the Book of Boba Fett? Which I haven't seen any of those episodes yet, but so I'm excited. Hopefully one day I'll get to own my own Qi'ra as Emilia Clarke autograph. I would have thought she'd be more expensive. I think everyone's just distracted by Portman out of Stellar, but I think the Qi'ra autographs will definitely hold value. And I also need to go through my older comics. Like, I was looking, I was like, oh, Qi'ra, and I was thinking first appearance, but actually there's the solo series movie into comics. I have those too. So I thought these were, I was like, oh, these might be the first appearance, and then it's, no, I actually have the first appearance. So that's cool. I have some cooler, like I said, not older, but like for me, in terms of like right now, like a couple years ago, older comics. So that's cool. Eventually we'll have CGC returns. Bossman sent off some of my fancy alternate covers last year in like super economy, and they should be back in the next couple months. I want to go ahead and reveal those. You know, check out the grades. My first ever graded comics here on the channel. That'd be fun. I was hoping to do that sometime last year. They just took much longer than expected. To the point where the person actually from CGC apologized that it took so long. So it was much longer than it should have been. I don't know what the delay was, but anyways, I do have stuff to do. Maybe if I finish up fast enough, I could take a nap. So let me go ahead and wrap things on off here. But yes, that does finish our bonus Qi'ra chats. If you guys enjoyed it, don't forget to go ahead and hit that like button. Comments for me, drop those down below. What of all the videos from this past Friday were you most excited about? Was it the Lego build, the actual special, or that box of Undisputed? Because we did have a few things, like I said, between this channel and the main channel. Did have some few fancy videos on Friday. Let me know which was your favorite down below. And of course, if you're not yet part of the Allie's Treasure Trove family, make sure you go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Also, before I get on out of here, I do have to give a big shout out to all of my patrons over on Patreon. Thank you so much, you all, for going above and beyond with your supports. I really, truly do appreciate it. Do have 6 Ultimate Excavators: Jack Perez, Keith Muna, Mako, Mark, Rees, and Stephen Olivo. I blanked for a second there. 3 Gemstone Miners, Andon Bounty Hunter Breaks, and Stephen Bly. And 1 Crystal Collector, TJ Christensen. But thank you so much to all of my patrons, whether you're on a tier in which I say your name at the end of every video or not. Really do appreciate your guys' above and beyond support, so thank you so much. But yes, with that, my congestion's gone for the time being, so that's a good sign. Might want to tweak my hair a little bit. Need to look at some Qi'ra photos. I know she kind of has waves. I might just go with this. We'll see. It's a good visual, regardless. But I do have some other stuff, so let me go ahead and get on out of here. But this was a lot of fun. I hope you guys enjoyed it. A little behind-the-scenes Qi'ra chats. I think it looks cute. Excited for Masterwork, because of course Qi'ra will return for Masterwork. I'm just sitting at an angle. That's why this is sitting weird. Anyways, with that does finish off this episode here. So I hope you all enjoyed it. And of course, I hope you all will join me next time as we unearth some more treasures here on Allie's Treasure Trove. Stay safe, everybody. Take care. And I'll catch you all in the next one. Bye.